this is going to be the segment of the backwards read. All right, we're going to go ahead and see what is going on according to the cards going backwards. Okay, so just give me a second here. Let's take a look. Let's see what is going on. Let's see what is going on. All right, so face up, backwards, we're going to go. And we're going to see what, we're going to see what is going on with them. Are they all upright? Just want to make sure. Yes, they are. Don't worry, I did not look. Okay, so once upon a time, we have a person who is, well, essentially either a Leo, to be honest with you, or this is an individual who has been priding or yeah, it's like making sure that they have pride within themselves. Okay, that's really what this is here. So I've got a pretty strong-willed individual here at this time. What's going on? All right, they're getting into either a partnership of some kind. It requires something more, though. This might be a reading for a person who has just a lot of contacts and a lot of friends and things of that nature, okay? We do have the King of Pentacles. This person is also viewed as a stoic individual, things of that nature. They could have gotten themselves into a little bit of trouble due to their pride. Oh, that's where we're going with this. Okay, let's keep going here. They offered something to another person. They tried to have a new beginning with another individual here. It seems like it was a little bit unstable and immature in nature, and that's why this came to a close. Obvious, obvious. All right. So I have an individual here who thought they were king or queen everything in a bag of chips, okay? And unfortunately here we have a person who literally found out that their strength was not as strong as they really thought here. Because I believe they came into an individual who was not very nice. Yes, they got blocked for that. Somebody who involved a third party in this situation, literally the King of Pentacles became blocked. Now, someone is having some sleepless nights, is having some regret here, and does realize the error of their freaking ways. So let's keep going here. We do have now the individual being in a type of limbo, so that is true here. They are kept out of the loop of things. So if you decided to block a person because they involve too many parties in the, I don't know, it feels like a cesspool for some reason. There could have been gossip here as well. So what's happening here right now is that you're the one who blocked this person. You're the one that put an end to these third-party shenanigans. Didn't have to be romantic. Could be, though. I have a feeling it's romantic. And you're the one that is now keeping things on pause, in limbo. This person over here is not happy about the fact that you've gone ahead and blocked them. They're not happy about the fact that they don't know what's going on in your life. But it seems like you have made a certain type of call, all right, a type of call about this, where now this person is seeing that they should have most likely given the actual offer to the one that they stressed out, aka you, the one that blocked this, this person, all right, the one that blocked this person. That's the one that they probably may try to go back to. Ah, yes, to try and figure out some kind of stable dynamic with you now. So you are the blocker. You have blocked someone over here. The blockee, or the one who was blocked. No, not the blockee. The one who was blocked, okay, is now trying to figure out how to make a stable offer here for you due to the fact that you are no longer really looking into wanting to really invest with them and things of that nature. Now, do they have regrets? Of course they do. Are they plagued by nightmares? Most likely. But that is apparently none of your affair because you've already called judgment on this situation and you just want to move along and have a good, have a good life. Now, you did decide to cut yourself off from this. Okay, it was more of like a feeling of ghosting than anything. You tried for this person to kind of come and talk to you and things of that nature and whatever else, but you may have come to your conclusion that this person was very emotionally immature, and therefore what happened was that you just decided to disconnect entirely and move yourself along somewhere else with the Eight of Wands here. Now, you have realized that the person was pretty unreliable. You don't really want, yeah, you see that connection, that unreliable connection. You have recognized it, you know what it's about, and you have rightfully ghosted it. You just don't want anything to do with it because there it is. Queen of Swords basically means that you've cut it off. Now, let's take a look here. Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. There it is. That little happy little, third party thing showing up here. Somebody did not make the proper choice, or they did not make a choice at all. And therefore, the individual that did the blocking, by the way, to these two individuals apparently, was actually the soulmate all along. But this person, the King of Pentacles, did not see that, and therefore they had a very hard time in figuring out who they're going to go for. Are they going to go for the Queen of Swords, or are they going to go for the Queen of Pentacles? King or queen, it doesn't matter, okay? It's just energy. So this did take a little bit of time, and then it created a lot of instability, competition, even a person telling them, no thanks, I'm not going to be part of this, see ya, smell you later, bye-bye. And this was the individual that was put in a certain type of emotional, almost like emotional turmoil, something of that nature. So whoever was actually being degraded here emotionally, please understand that you were dealing with an individual who wasn't really, they were not, okay, Queen or King of Cups, you were dealing with a court jester. That's the best way that I can say it, okay? And you had, anxiety about that, anxiety about these feelings that you poured all of your, all of your time, effort into. You basically were told by your higher self, it's time to up and go, okay? You are no longer welcomed here because this person doesn't know what they're doing. It's time to go, okay? And rightfully so, you realize that there was a problem here. You realize that this person was kind of like not much of a leader, even though they kind of presented themselves to be a leader, but they're not, or they weren't. And therefore, you decided to go and find your happy place elsewhere due to this Three of Wands moving forward, okay? So far, so good. Now, what's going on here? You're making yourself available to a pathway where you're going to eventually come to a person who is much more mature in nature, who understands that, happiness comes from within, and you are going to be meeting into an individual who is just as self-fulfilled as you are in the emotional department here. That's lovely, by the way. You're not expecting this. This is a future person that you have not met into just yet. And just like that Queen of Cups that was put in turmoil, emotional turmoil, whatever that is. Queen of Cups doesn't have to be a water sign, okay? It could just be a person who is more emotional, emotionally intelligent even. Will be meeting into a person who will be just as emotionally intelligent, okay? That's what is happening here. That's what's happening. That's what's going on. And it could be maybe even a King of Wands, so that could be a fire sign by any chance. And this way, you'll get to meet into a person who is, they stand on what they say, they do what they say, things of that nature, okay? So you're not going to have to, try to play out these intuitive messages with this person. This person will just tell you outright what's going on with them, kind of thing. Lovely, lovely. I wish you guys all the very best. Have a great one. Bye-bye.